Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Opel, and I'm the creator of Trans Future, the program for children and adolescents with ADHD. It's also very good for other types of conduct disorder or any type of strong problem that you may be having with your child in terms of conduct. Now, in the last video, we talked about a shift in perception. That's to say, taking your perception from a negative place, seeing your child's situation as very negative, it's a big problem, and seeing it more as a positive thing and a blessing. So today is really about taking that first step of shifting the perception. So what I'm going to do with you is show you two very simple and powerful techniques that will help with that shift of perception and start the transformation process. This will give you much more clarity and much more positivity with respect to the whole situation and also your interaction with your child. The first technique is called lift. Now this technique is to, as it says, lift that burden of worry. So I'd like you to get comfortable, and if it's possible, try and block out all distractions, switch off the telephone, shut the door, and we're going to start the technique. So if you can take 3 very deep breaths, right down to your plexus, right down to your stomach. We're going to start with the first technique, which is called lift. And as the name suggests, it's to lift that burden of worry that you may have in this moment in time. All I ask is that you switch off your telephone, shut the door, and make sure you don't have any distractions in this moment. So if you're sitting comfortably with both feet on the floor and your hands on your legs, I ask you to shut your eyes, to close your eyes, and take 3 very deep, long, and soft breaths down to your stomach. Now I want you to focus on that feeling of frustration, impotency, worry. Try and identify where it is in your body. Once you've identified, see it as if it were a black cloud from a storm inside your body. Now you're going to lift that cloud above your head. It's very important that you don't let any of that cloud stay inside of your body. It's important that you lift it way above your head. Now you can use tools such as a crane or hands to help you lift the cloud above your head. Now, once you have it above your head, it's important that you mentally hold it above your head. But you go back to the place where you found the cloud to make sure that you haven't left any of the cloud behind. If you find some of the cloud, lift it above your head and put it together with the cloud already above your head. And do this process one more time. Just double check that you don't have any more of the cloud inside your body, inside your head. If you find some, lift it and join it with the cloud above your head. Good. Now we're going to lift the cloud above the ceiling, the roof, or wherever you are. It's very important that you don't leave any of the cloud above your head, that you raise it all above the roof. Again, you can use the tools you need, maybe hands, lots of hand pushing, or a crane, helping you lift it up if it's too heavy. Once you've got it above the head, you now need to raise it 2 kilometers in the sky. And when it gets to that point, see that cloud transform into a smaller, whiter cloud. And once you've got to that point, 2 kilometers above your head, you're going to raise it to 5 kilometers. Raise the cloud above into the sky at a height of 5 kilometers. And when it gets there, it turns to an even smaller, an even whiter cloud. Very small, very white. And then you're going to raise it to 10 kilometers. And when it gets there, it's going to turn into a white, bright star. Now send that white, bright star to a big light in the sky. And see that star disappear into that light. Now above your head, see, or in the place where the star was, see a huge, golden, very beautiful, very powerful golden sun with golden rays. And let those rays come into your body and fill every cell, every part of your body, starting with the trunk. So fill your blood, all your organs, your bones, your muscles, and your skin. Fill yourself totally with the rays of the golden sun. Once you've filled the whole of your body, do the same for your arms and legs. And then your back, your spine, your neck, and then your head, your brain, every part of your brain. And then fill your mind with the golden rays, your thoughts. Take as much light as you want to really fill every part of you with the golden sun. Now, do the same for your heart. Fill your heart with the golden rays. And once you've done that, see a bubble of energy around the whole of your body, about 2 meters in diameter, and fill all of that space with the golden rays until you feel real peace and tranquility. Take as much as you want. Now take 3 deep breaths, very long, very smooth, very deep. And when you're ready, open your eyes. How does your burden feel now? Probably much lighter. You probably feel much more tranquil about the situation. So this is the first part of taking the first step. Now, when you're ready, we're going to do the second technique, which is called anchor. This is really to help the mental part of yourself with the acceptation or the adjustment of making or transforming this problem into something positive. Now we're going to start with the second technique, which is called anchor. This is about helping you feel much more positive about your situation and your child's situation, and to help manifest a change, a transformation in the situation. So when you're ready, I ask you to again, where you're seated, shut your eyes, make sure you have no distractions, and take 3 deep breaths. Smooth and slow. And then put all your attention to the center of your forehead. And there, visualize both you, your child, and your family being very happy and having lots of success academically, socially, especially your child. And see that image very vividly. Maybe see it with color. Maybe you can see it with sound. Now let that image drop down into your stomach and feel it in your stomach as if it was reality. As if in fact that is your new reality. And hold it there. Enjoy that feeling. Now take 3 deep breaths. When you're ready, open your eyes. Do you feel more positive about your situation and your child's situation now? Very likely. Visualizations are a very powerful way to break vicious circles of worry or frustration. So I recommend that you do this technique every day until the next step. Next step, well, it's Transfuture. It's to do the whole program. Now, the program consists of 3 different phases. The first phase is to contain whatever problems the child may have. Maybe it's very angry, maybe it's very hyperactive, maybe it's very distracted. So this phase is about containing that. So if it's very angry, make the child much more calm, much more happy. And then the second phase is to resolve, truly resolve the reason why the child is behaving the way he is. And once you've done that, then you automatically enter the phase of transformation. Now that transformation is for the rest of you and your child's life. It's a very powerful program. The program is, I'd like to remind you that the program is based on 15 years of research and implementation, research that I've done in different parts of the world and with the London University and the Institute of Education. And during that research, we've managed to achieve some very impressive results constantly and consistently. So what do I mean? Well, if you do the program, it should take you about 5 weeks to see that process of transformation. During that time, you should also see a huge improvement in the behavior, normally up to between 80 and 90% of improvement, which is a dramatic change, really. I mean, if you can achieve that, then your child's going to be very happy, and obviously you're going to be very happy with your child. You know? And then after which, you'll start to see a change in their school performance if they are affected. We usually see about a 20% improvement. So if they're getting 5 in maths, they'll be getting a 7. No? And that's right the way through the different subjects that your child will be studying. And you'll also see that there'll be a great improvement in the family dynamics. There won't be so many conflicts. There won't be so much fighting. You'll all get on much better. You'll be a much closer unit, a much happier unit. Now, how do we achieve that? Well, through simplicity. Actually, the techniques that we use are very simple, but we have found the simpler they are, the more effective they are. And we do that by showing you as a parent, empowering you as a parent with techniques that will transform your child's behavior very specifically. It's a technique that has a very specific process. How do we achieve these changes, this transformation through the program? Well, we have a few techniques that are very simple but very effective. That's what we've learned over the years. The simpler it is, the more effective it is. And we teach you, we empower you as a parent with these techniques, and those techniques provoke the transformation that you desire. The benefit of these techniques is they can be very specific for very specific problems. So if your child is angry, you can use a technique to help them be happy. If your child is hyperactive, you can help the child be much calmer, much more focused. It also focuses on working with you as a parent and the child's stress levels and anger levels. We found in our research that these types of problems, so stress and anger, can affect the brain waves of the child and therefore manifest itself as a conduct problem. Once you correct those stress or bring those stress levels and anger levels down, then it corrects the functioning of the brain waves, and this is reflected in better behavior. It'll also bring you together as a unit, as a family, and get rid of any conflicts that there might be. Very often there's conflicts between siblings, no? So your child might be fighting with his sister or with his brother. They also improve these interactions. Or sometimes with the father, or the mother. Again, all those conflicts will slowly subside and there'll be much more calm and peace in the house. And then usually what we see is in the personal side, so in the house, we see the improvements first, and then they're reflected in the school, in the classroom, or maybe with the social interactions. Maybe the child's being rejected, so the child will then be received much more by friends. You'll find, happens to me a lot of times in a lot of the cases that I've had, that the child starts off or comes to us being very rejected, and then through the program they start to be invited to parties again and become and make new friends, and which is a very a nice experience for the child, and it's also quite powerful for you as well as a mother or a father. Now, this can be achieved in just 5 weeks, which isn't much time, but it does mean that you have to do the things, the techniques that we teach you every single day for that time. But it's a small commitment for a small amount of time for the rest of your child's future. It's well worth doing it. So I invite you to take the second step. So, we've started the first step. The second step is to do the whole program and to repeat the anchor technique daily until you start the program. And you'll find that this will automatically start the transformation process for you and your child. Now, if you do the program and you follow it letter by letter and you do every single part of the program, I guarantee you will be successful. I put my reputation on it. That's how sure I am about the program's potential. That's why I'm stood here in front of you today, because I really want to help you. All you need to do to take the step is write the name in the screen and send us your email, and we'll get started. I'm Dr. Mark Goebel, the creator of Trans Future, and it's been a real pleasure talking to you, and I look forward to helping you soon.